When I was 17 years old, I had saved up enough money on my job, and I was very proud of myself, and I was able to purchase my first car. I spent cash on it, and I was very proud because I had successfully done this on my own. But there was one catch. This car was a manual. It had these gears that I had to learn how to shift. If I wanted to drive it, if I wanted to go see my boyfriend, if I wanted to stop riding the bus to school, I had to learn how to shift the gears. And so my father tried to teach me. He said, okay, daughter, you get in it. You gotta find the balance between the clutch and the gas. And when you get to a certain miles per hour, you're gonna have to shift the gear. You're gonna have to shift the gear into the next level. I said, okay, I got it. And I got in that car, and I couldn't get it. I couldn't figure it out. I had never seen a manual car before in my life, so trying to manipulate one was completely new to me. And I couldn't get it. But I knew that I was proud that I was able to make this purchase on my own. So I had no choice. I told myself, Yalonda, we have got to learn how to drive this car. So one day, while the car sat there for about 2 weeks, I'm still walking to work and the car sat there. I'm still riding the bus to school and the car sat there. My boyfriend is still saying, come see me, and I can't come see him. The car still sat there because I didn't know how to shift the gears. But one day, I made up in my mind, girl, we gotta learn how to drive this car. So I put the car in first gear, and I drove real slowly around the corner of my house, and I pulled up into the parking lot of a church. And I said, okay, the first thing is I've got to find my balance. I've got to find the balance between the clutch and the gas. Because my daddy told me that if I don't find the balance, then I won't be able to shift the gears smoothly. And if I can't shift the gears, I run the risk of burning the car out. I run the risk of breaking the car. So I sat in that parking lot for 5 minutes, and all I did was find the balance between the clutch and the gas. I would go just fast enough that I would have to shift into second gear, and I would find the balance, and I would stop and come back to first gear, and I would start again, and I would go, and I would find the balance so that I could shift the gears. And it took me 5 minutes by myself to learn how to drive this car. And from that moment, once I found my balance, I was able to go wherever I wanted to go. I was able to go to whatever destination I had. Not only now was I proud that I had purchased my own car, but I was proud that I knew how to do something that I didn't know how to do before. I was proud because now I'm not being held back. Now I don't have to walk to work. Now I don't have to ride the bus to school. Now I can go see my boyfriend. Now I have mobility. Now I have movement. Now I am free. This is the moment, Divine Feminines. Some of you are standing in a moment where you have to make the decision to no longer be held back, to no longer give up. You have to make the decision now that it is time for you to learn how to find your balance. See, whenever you want to do something in life, whenever you want to accomplish something in life, whenever you want to make a move in life, you have to find the balance so that you can shift gears. Many of you cannot get to what you're trying to reach because you're still in the first gear. You have to shift into the second gear. Many of you cannot get to the next level because you're still in the second gear. You have to now shift to the third gear. See, life is trying to get you somewhere expediently. Life is trying to get you somewhere smoothly, but it cannot get you there smoothly because you don't have the ability to shift. You haven't found the balance between the clutch and the gas. You haven't found the balance between your emotions and your mind. You haven't found the balance between your root chakra and your sacral chakra. You have to find the balance, divine feminines, so that your journey is smooth. Because the mother right now is trying to shift you. The universe right now is trying to shift you. Your destiny is trying to shift you. Your destination awaits you, divine feminine. But this is manual. You have to put your hands to the gear. Put your hands to the gear. Put your foot on the gas. You have to put your foot on the clutch. This doesn't always come easy. This is not one of those situations where you can just jump in the car, turn it on and go. This is a situation that is going to require you to know how to manually shift your gears. When the spirit is shifting, you must shift. When the spirit is moving, you must move. When your ancestors are saying go, you must go. Spirit is moving you, divine feminine, into the next phase of your life. And to do that successfully, she needs you to find your balance. She needs you to find your pace. When the pace speeds up, you speed up. When the pace slows down, you slow down. And you need to know how to shift your gears seamlessly. Because if you don't, anybody that's ever driven a manual car knows that if you don't find that balance seamlessly, the car will be jerking. The car will jerk. It might even choke out because you didn't find the balance seamlessly. You didn't shift the gears seamlessly. Finding your balance is imperative in this next phase. To reach the abundance that is before you. To reach the prosperity that is before you. To reach the success that is before you. Finding your balance and shifting your gears. Shifting your gears seamlessly, effortlessly is required. You have to learn how to manage your gears, divine feminine. Be sensitive to the subtle shiftings of the spirit within you. Be sensitive to the subtle pulls of the spirit within you. Don't stay stagnated when the spirit is calling you to move forward. Don't move forward when the spirit is calling you to stand still. Learn your gears. Learn your balance and move forward effortlessly. But this is the thing. This is why most have a hard time, because they stay in one level too long. See, the thing about a manual is that how fast you are driving is what determines whether you need to shift. How fast you are moving is what determines when you need to shift. When you reach a certain miles per hour, you can't stay in the previous gear. You have to shift into the next one. And I am here to tell you that it is time for you to shift into the next gear, divine feminine. It's time. You've been in gear 1 too long. You've been in gear 2 too long. You've been in gear 3 too long. It is time for you to shift. Now is the time. Or you run the risk of burning out. You run the risk of burning out before you reach your destination. now is the time to make the shift.